coast to coast, it's your hosts, the Lombardi Leap and Mersey FB. This is Beyond the Frozen Tundra.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the show. I'm your host, Lombardi, here with Mersey. Talked last time about defensive players, our wish list. Time before that, we did we talked about offensive players and our wish list there, and we talked about a mock, and then we had a mock draft. And because the NFL draft is literally a week from
we didn't do a mock draft. Not this past
week. Oh, no,
last week.
Okay, the week before.
Yeah.
The
week before. Sorry, and listeners, don't want to lie to you.
The day that we are recording this, it is Thursday, April 16th, which means we are officially a week away.
Does it start? It starts Thursday, right?
Yeah, it starts Thursday, round one.
Okay.
Not that it matters for us. It kind of does matter. Round one does matter a little bit because we get to see some surprising fallers in that draft. I think one of the guys to keep an eye on, spoiler alert, is probably like Peter Woods.
Yeah, Woods will fall, which is, I don't understand why he's falling, but he will fall. Yeah, I mean, I have literally no concept of when the NFL draft starts this year because I'm usually done exams by then, and I'm not this year, so.
They did shorten the first round, though, to 8 minutes.
Right.
Per team, so at least that's a little bit helpful, but they'll still make it eat up the entire clock, especially for the first overall pick, even though we all know who it is at this point. But I digress here. We don't care about the first round unless the Packers decide they want to Hail Mary it and trade up, which would be kind of wild. Main thing we're going to talk about today is we're going to predict pick 52. That's what we're going to try and do today. We're going to put our collective brain power together and decide who are the Packers going to pick. You know, we're going to be the ones who reveal this closely guarded Packers secret.
Well, I don't think it's closely guarded. I think anyone with like pattern recognition could figure out what they're going to do.
And speaking of pattern recognition here, I did put together a list of, I want to say how many people, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 12, 13, 14 players. I have 14 players who I believe could be there potentially at or around pick 52 via I get either they trade up for them or maybe they trade back a little bit.
Right.
It's kind of the board, and these guys they make the most sense here. And we'll start with defensive tackles because obviously we've talked about this until we're blue in the face, kind of a thing. We know the Packers desperately need to get some meat,
a run-stopping defensive tackle.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. I can tell you from this list who is not the pick at 52.
I'm going to say Caleb Proctor.
Yeah, there's not a shot they take Caleb Proctor at 52.
At 52, yeah. I think if they had the option to trade back, like let's say all these other players are gone.
I don't think he goes till round 4. Like taking him at like 52 or even early third round seems a bit much to me. But
yeah, I mean, I think I won't be shocked if he goes third round, just because teams value a defensive tackle who can pass rush, and that's why there.
He's very small, very small.
6'2", 291. I mean, 6'2" is a little bit smaller, not bad, 291, but he does have the arm length. He has 33-inch arms, so
yes,
that is something that teams do look at there. He still has a 9.52 RAS score. He was a top 30 visit. I definitely think that if the Packers don't go defensive tackle in the first. At 52, I do think he's a valid option in like the 4th or the 3rd for sure. If they trade back from the 2nd, yeah, I think they could take him early 3rd too as well, potentially here. But the other defensive tackles are Christian Miller, Georgia. Packers did scout 2 games there. Packers basically live at Georgia. We all know this. This isn't a secret. We've talked about Christian Miller. We're obviously slightly biased when it comes to him.
Yes, we are.
I mean, a little bit, you know. The thing is, too, is I will say this: he is getting first-round hype. And Peter, we talked about this just kind of in the beginning of the episode here. Peter Woods is falling. Caleb Banks has foot issues for a big guy.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
those are the scary ones.
Yeah, those are the scary ones. I don't know. I don't see. I think I don't see him falling past 40, realistically. Like, is that insane to say?
Yeah. Miller?
Yeah, Christian Miller. I don't see him falling past 40.
It's like the athletic testing thing. And
Yeah.
it depends on what the team wants. Like if you're Houston, to an extent, LA, Rams, not the Chargers. And the Chargers. Okay, any LA team.
Any LA team. Chicago.
Yeah, but they need more of a disruptive defensive tackle.
Oh, that's true. That is true. I mean, you could argue Minnesota. I mean, there's a lot of teams just within the NFC. I mean, all teams
so like Minnesota,
line.
They're up there. Who like Christian Miller would be a great addition for. So it's maybe not going to be there. Who we're really looking at, and who I think the pick will be Dominique Orange.
Okay, you think it's going to be Dominique Orange
at 52? If they're taking a defensive tackle, I think it's Orange.
It's Orange. I mean, he's a prototypical nose tackle first. I think that I do think it's a bit rich for him. Just kind of watching his technique and stuff. I mean, the Packers did attend the pro day. I believe they interviewed him there a little bit too. Well, they did scout one game. I think one of the things I like to preface with people too is when it comes to everybody looks at the top 30 visits for the Packers and think, oh, they're going to draft somebody there. They're going to draft somebody from the top 30. The Packers use the top 30 visits for two things. If they have concerns about a player, that's why they bring him in. They brought in Christian Miller because there was no RAS score and he had shoulder surgery, right? I know I kept saying knee issues last episode.
Yeah, he had what he probably did was he probably tore a labrum. And then just did off-season surgery because that happens all the time.
And so that's what the Packers do. They bring in guys for medicals, like a cornerback out of Florida, Devin Moore, had a history of had some medical red flags. They bring him in. They want to look at that, get a good look at him. I think that's why they brought in Christian Miller too. And there is no RAS score. They wanted to just ask what was going on there. Dominique Orange though does 7.84, 6'2", 322, still has a 33-inch arms. I'm inclined to agree with you. If they're going to take a defensive tackle, it would be Dominique Orange. Just because he fits the nose tackle profile. He fits a lot of what they look for in a player as well. Just a high character guy from my understanding of it. The next, and we already talked about Caleb Proctor, like I said, bit rich. If they trade back, maybe. These other two guys, I'd say Darrell Jackson Jr., that's a bit rich for me at 52.
Yeah, he's a third-round guy.
Yeah, third-round guy. Like, again, if they trade back, I'd be totally fine with it. If they trade back, let's say they pick up an early third, yeah, like 100%. I do like Darrell Jackson a little bit more than Dominique Orange, but I think that's just my biasness because I've watched him so much. The fact that he is kind of a freak of nature. I think Dominique Orange will probably have a better career though, and that's why Dominique Orange would be the better pick.
I think he's also guy who can come in and start right away and defend the run on a high level, which most 100%. Rookie defensive tackles seem to struggle with when they get into the NFL. So yeah,
I can agree with that. Would definitely be a plug and play right away kind of guy here.
Moving on to defensive end.
Lee Hunter. We'll just kind of get him out of the way. Packers did bring him in. He had a 3.22 RAS score.
I thought it was higher. I thought it was in the 5s.
That's what that's my most recent one that I saw was 3.22. No. He did have a formal combine interview. He was a Senior Bowl standout. He is getting first-round hype. Again, I think that with Christian Miller, I don't think he's going to be there past 40. I think the tape said he's a violent man, and teams are going to really, really like that. So I'm not expecting Lee Hunter to be there. I know there's a lot of talk that he's going to be there. I'm not going to hold my breath. I agree with you very much that the defensive tackles that you will see, I think, at or near really close to 52 is going to be Dominique Orange, definitely Darrell Jackson Jr. and Caleb Proctor. Maybe Peter Woods. And
that would have to be a hell of a fall.
Like, and I don't know why, but man, unless there's something going on in the background that we don't know about, like it has been a progressive fall for him. But yeah, defensive ends. Oh, this would make me mad if they took a defensive end. I don't think they will.
You can never have enough pass rush, but we have said on the show that we think it's fine till Micah gets back. Like we're okay.
It's like who you got to cut, and I like Brenton Cox Jr.
That's probably who they'd cut. Spoiler.
Yeah.
So on our list of possible defensive ends, we have Zion Young, Gabe Akis, and Malachi Lawrence. Of the three, the one we have the best shot at is Gabe Akis. However, still it's not super likely.
Yeah, that D's go high.
These guys, Zion Young getting first round buzz. So was Malachi Lawrence. Akis too, to an extent. There is I forgot what was I gonna say.
He's definitely
I like
a bit
Akis's
underrated.
like flexibility.
Yes. Yeah, he can play a
Like
little bit
even though he's
outside
6'3",
linebacker.
260, like you can play him slightly inside, you can play him outside. He's not. So here's a name for you for him. He's not as like freakish of a player, but I think he plays the same way. Jordan Birch.
Oh, I like Jordan Birch too coming out.
Yeah, so I think him and Akis are kind of the same.
That's a good. I like the play style there. That's really good. I can definitely agree with that. Like, that's a very, very good play style comp there. I mean, out of all of them, though, Giannis I think would be the one that's going to be there because he is a bit underrated. He does check a lot of the metrics for the Packers. I mean, he's again 51 is his consensus rank. Packers have picked 52. The thing with defensive end though, defensive ends and tackles are the same thing in terms of value. They go high, they go early, and they go often. And they really go in runs. I mean, we look at what happened with Jordan Morgan. Everyone was like, "Oh, I can't believe they took Jordan Morgan that early." Really? Like there was a run on there's a run on tackles. You can never have enough. There's not enough tackle talent out there, and that's the same for defensive ends. Teams are always looking to add more bodies to the roster, to the defensive end room. So that's why I don't think that you're going to find Zion Young or Malachi Lawrence here, just because Malachi Lawrence has been getting a lot of hype coming out of UCF too. I mean, even though he's inconsistent, teams don't care. They'll see that agility, they'll see the build and the arm length and go, yeah, okay, we need another pass rusher. No brainer.
Yeah.
And Giannis is kind of the same way. Giannis is underrated, I think, given his talent, but still it's a defensive end, so it's going to go early. Yeah, I don't really see any of these guys being there. I'm still like between defensive end and defensive tackle, I'm assuming it's still going to be a defensive tackle at this point.
Mm-hmm. Should we go to the second level before we get to the third level?
Yeah, I got one guy on here. I got one linebacker who checked off every single box for the Packers. That's Jake Galladay out of Cincinnati. Scouted his game.
Golladay, not like Kenny Galladay.
Not Galladay. Oh, not Kenny Galladay.
Golladay. So not name. Galladay, just Golladay.
I messed up the one easy name.
Mm-hmm.
Jake Galladay, Cincinnati. They scouted one game. They had a formal combine interview. There's a 9.84 RAS, and that is a complete. Keep in mind, he did it all. Did not skimp out on anything. 6'4", 239, almost 32-inch arms. 59 is his consensus rank, so that's right around 52 again. He is a line of scrimmage attacking linebacker. He's really good in zone. Instinctually kind of okay. I wouldn't like I like Jake as a player. I like Galladay as a player. Okay. I wouldn't love if this was the pick. You know what I mean?
I see what you mean. He hasn't gotten to play a lot of his natural position. Like he was playing in the nickel at times for Cincinnati because he was just such a freakish like athlete.
He's a
freak. I know some people are lower on him. I personally don't know exactly what he's going to be as a true Mike. I think it might be his best position, but it really depends. I don't understand why you would make the Zaire trade if you were planning on drafting Jake Galladay.
Well, here's the thing. Okay. Zaire's deal is effectively a 1-year deal and he is 29.
Right.
Hopper, we don't know what Hopper, we don't know who Hopper is. Mm-hmm. We don't. Like he's gotten barely any play time. McDuffie's a holdover from Hafley, not a sideline to sideline guy.
They would have a good understanding of what Hopper is just from like practice film and everything like that.
They should, but I'm saying like we don't, unfortunately. So I can't really make an educated guess here. I lean towards the pick being Jake Galladay because of, again, the RAS score, the upside, the potential, the fact that Jonathan Gannon hasn't done a press conference yet, and Jonathan Gannon loves linebackers. Jonathan Gannon loves using linebackers. He'll use 3 linebackers. I swear one time he had 4 linebackers out there.
That's fine.
Yeah. The man is a madman when it comes to his linebacker usage. They tried to get Quay back. Too much money there. I completely understand. Good for Quay. Honestly, I think he's going to do well playing his more appropriate position with the Raiders. Jake Galladay has that sideline to sideline speed that Gannon loves. He's athletic. Does need a little bit of development. He can play behind Zaire Alexander, who is Zaire Franklin, who is 29. Keep in mind, he's gonna be 30. He is coming off of a down year, according to PFF grading. It's a sneaky need a little bit. I do like some of the later linebackers in the draft, and we talked about them a couple episodes ago. But this would not shock me at all whatsoever because this just seems like a Brian Gutekunst pick. It's a high upside guy who kind of fits a position of need for a defense that does need some more quality linebacker depth and a potential starter here moving forward. I mean, it was just it was a player for player trade for
Right.
Frankly.
Right. Okay.
So
I could get it. I could get it.
You're not losing out. And Gannon loves attacking with the linebackers. Like he plays a lot of zone. And every time I talk about I've watched the film and I get it. Like I do get it. I wouldn't like it. I'd rather have a cornerback, which I think we should talk about cornerbacks next before we get into our pick odds, so to speak here. There's obviously quite a few cornerbacks on here and some recent news has come out that affects the Packers quite a bit here. There is Colton Hood, Tennessee, Brandon Cisse, South Carolina, Chris Johnson, San Diego State, Dalen Everett, Georgia, Malik Muhammad, Texas.
Chris Johnson's the first rounder.
Chris Johnson is a first rounder. Colton
that
Hood
is broken of late.
Yeah, Chris Johnson's a first rounder, no doubt about it. He's consensus 46. He's not falling past 32. Colton Hood, I believe, is going to go in the first round because it's come out that McCoy possibly has a degenerative knee disorder now.
Oh.
Yeah. So that's only going to make these cornerbacks, specifically Hood and Chris Johnson,
more
shoot
valuable.
Up the draft. Yeah.
So, okay. Keep the McCoy news in mind. And what if I tell you that the best rookie corner this year also had a degenerative knee disorder?
Will Johnson?
Yeah.
He got trailed off towards the end there. And Will Johnson is familiar with that.
Mm-hmm.
Or I should say Jonathan Gannon is familiar with corners with degenerative knee disorders then.
Mm-hmm.
And Will Johnson coming from Arizona. I mean, it's possible. I see a run on corners happening, and this is where kind of Cisse kind of falls into place. I don't think he can play. I don't like Brandon Cisse out of South Carolina.
Yeah, Avion could be on here too. Remember they lived at Clemson.
They did live at Clemson, but isn't he small? Like
he is no smaller
small?
than Cisse.
Okay, I don't think they take Cisse. I really don't.
Avion Terrell is 5'11", 180.
Oh, buddy, he had a 4.94 score.
Okay,
Avion Terrell.
He also pulled his hammy before.
Oh, that is true.
He's been dealing with the hamstring injury.
No, we don't need those. Yeah,
of all the corners, who I think it would be, okay, so verified 5'11", 186 for Avion Terrell.
Yeah,
He's only still 21.
True. I just don't think that flies with them.
True.
And the reason I don't think it's to say is because I think he's shorter Will Lee. His zone instincts are so bad. It's so bad, and a lot of people are saying, okay, he belongs in the slot. I don't see Cisse falling past the Colts in the second.
Oh, we're still talking about Cisse. Oh, okay, I thought we swapped to Avion, and I was gonna be like, what? Avion's instincts are great.
I don't see Cisse falling past the Colts at all whatsoever. Just because I think he'll play in the slot right away. That's where he'll be the most successful. I don't think he fits in the Packers scheme in terms of him, having to start out in the slot. We have Bullard. We like him there, as well as just his zone instincts are horrible. And what, you really want to go into this year having Valentine and Nixon start on the outside again, potentially?
Can't do it.
No, exactly. So that's just it's not going to work there, especially when you're playing a lot of zone and the NFL's playing a lot of zone. So we already know Colton Hood's probably not going to be there. Cisse isn't a fit. I don't think he's going to be there. I think his athleticism he's not going to fall past 40 again either. 50-50 shot, he's at 52. I don't think he's going to be, though. I think some team who needs a slot, a nickel cornerback, is going to take him. Specifically, I think he goes to Indiana, just with the whole trade stuff there going on. Chris Johnson, not going to be there. So that realistically leaves us with, through process of elimination, two
Everett
cornerbacks.
And Muhammad. And an off chance that Terrell falls. Because I've seen Terrell be mocked to them now twice.
Well, I don't think I think he's just too small for him. Like, realistically.
Well, okay. People say that, but also what? Keyshawn Nixon's like 5'10". Jair was 5'10".
Okay, so here's the thing with Jair. Jair was also almost 200 pounds, and he had a 33-inch wingspan, or 33-inch arms. So he had longer arms, I believe. It was like 32, I think. And Nixon's a free agent. They didn't draft him. So there's going to be, they tend to, they don't give a rip about Rascore if they're
because Avion's arm length is only 31 inches. His wingspan 75 and 4/8, which so 75 and a half.
That's tight. That's a tight wingspan.
Yeah.
I'd be more inclined for them to take like Dalen Everett, who has like just 31.8-inch arms, but he's 6'1", and he has he's 198. So he has
absolute freak show.
Yeah, I mean he's an SEC cornerback. He has the frame. Lower consensus, you could trade back to get him. They did scout 2 games of Georgia, as well as we said with Christian Miller. Packers were at the pro day. No confirmed interviews that I've been able to find in regards to Everett.
Not with Everett, but with Everett, Miller.
No. I have heard some people say he's a nickel corner.
Absolutely not.
I was like, I don't know why you would say that. Like that was just weird to me. I think some scouts say stuff just to get people to fall.
Or just to get like their name out there.
Yes.
If you're playing Dalen Everett in the nickel, I am so sorry. You do not deserve to be a defensive coordinator or like cornerbacks coach. He played outside his whole career at Georgia.
Yeah.
Didn't do a 3-cone for a reason. So,
which again, I think his tape kind of. This is one of those things where you look at the tape, and I don't think I think his 3-cone would be serviceable.
Yeah, probably like low 7s.
Yeah. Which again, would the Packers take that? Probably not. Well, we'll have to. Yeah. So, man, this is where, again, process of elimination. The Packers love the 3-cone. Everything about Dalen Everett checks a lot of boxes. It's the 3-cone where you're like, okay, is it the greatest? This gets into the final cornerback here, who I know. I don't understand the Malik Muhammad slander. Or like, not even slander at this point. The lack of respect? Is that probably it?
Yeah, I don't understand it either.
I mean, the only qualm is that, again, in preseason, apparently he was verified at 183, allegedly. A 20-year-old at 183. Oh, my goodness.
Fine. Yeah.
Like a 20-year-old. Yeah. Of course.
I'm 20 and I'm not even 183. I'm fine to admit that. I'm 20 and I'm a $140. That's it.
Yeah. I mean, he's in a college weight room. That's different. It's still different, man. It's still different. Here's the thing with Malik Muhammad. I'll get into some of the stuff here. They scouted 2 games. They had a Senior Bowl interview. He's a Senior Bowl standout. He had a 9.74 RAS score. He did not do a bench, but he did every other testing. 6 foot. He has, I think, some of the longest arms of the cornerback group, or at least the early round corners. And then on top of that, too, he did weigh in, like I said, at his pro day at 190 pounds, which do with that information as you will. His consensus rank is 105. He's only 21, but he's played tons of coverage snaps in the SEC. I think he's one of the best cover corners in the draft. They'll criticize his slender frame, and I will, like, at times he does get bodied, so he does need to get stronger. Even though he is, like, viewed as, like, a 3rd or early 4th round pick, a lot of the NFL scouts praise him a lot. And I kind of like watching him. You know who I comp him to?
Who? Hit me.
Nate Wiggins.
Yeah, he's didn't he have a bad injury this year that knocked him out for a while though?
I don't think so. Maybe. I can't remember. Nate Wiggins did play. How many games Nate Wiggins played or not? I thought he played almost all year.
Got a Q next to his name.
He had over 1,000 snaps.
I guess he played all 17. Okay.
He was he's second in coverage snaps overall. 690. Yeah, 6'2", 185. 23 years old. Like, we don't have a cover corner. We do not have a cover corner.
If you can take away one half of the field, that's better than no half of the field. So,
especially, if you can take away one half of the field and have Xavier McKinney help you take away the other half, good luck. Good luck.
Also, with like all the frame questions, like yes, they're there, but like outside of screen passes, your corner should not be the first person to the ball carrier.
Yeah, you have bigger issues if your corner has to be the guy mopping up.
Not even mopping up, just being the first guy there.
You have linebacker issues. You have defensive tackle issues potentially as well. If the running back is getting through the hole there. Yeah. Which, again, I want my corners to be able to cover first, play run defense second. Call me crazy.
Not crazy at all.
I mean, I know I have on the notes here that maybe they could trade back to get him. I don't know. Sometimes I wonder if this is all smoke and mirrors with Malik Muhammad, and he's going to go higher, a lot higher than people realize.
Yeah, and if he goes higher, I wouldn't be super like shocked either. I don't know. I want to get to the fun bit.
Yeah, let's get into the fun bit. The pick odds. Pick odds were calculated using a couple kind of points and stuff like that. So this is I just plugged. I'm not gonna lie. I just plugged this into a system, made an equation, and this gave me the
This
odds.
sounds highly technical and very unlike you. I'm joking.
It was very technical. Basically, what it weighed RAS score. It weighed like whether or not they were a Senior Bowl standout, whether or not they were a top 30 visit. Actually gave them less points because historically speaking, Packers typically don't draft players high if they're a top 30 visit. They use that for like 4th round, 3rd round guys, maybe, and specifically UDFAs. So that kind of knocked them down a little bit. I also added in like an availability rating. So what's the likelihood of them being there, available at, or like within, I think, like 5 picks of 52, up or down. So calculating all that, top to bottom, I'll start at the bottom. Well, Malachi Lawrence, 1%. We talked about that. Zion Young, 2% chance. Defensive ends, they're not going to be there. Chris Johnson, I wish. Man. Again, 2% chance, but we all know the hype there. Colton Hood, again, another cornerback, 3%. Lee Hunter, 4% chance. Now we're getting a little bit here, getting a little higher. Christian Miller has a 6% chance. Still not double digits, but I think, again, he goes early. I talked with you about Yakas is at 6%, so he's tied with Yakas at 6%. So those are kind of the more upper tier guys that most likely will not be there because they have a lot. They do have some first round hype surrounding them. Daryl Jackson Jr. You kind of mentioned a bit rich at 52, right?
Yes, very rich.
Very rich at 52. And then Malik Muhammad comes in at 11%. Dalen Everett comes in at 13%. And that's just because Dalen Everett has a better frame than Malik Muhammad. That's really the difference there. If Malik Muhammad came in at 198, he'd probably be up there. He'd probably have the highest odds. I'm not just saying that. Caleb Proctor, again, bold. This is bold. 14%.
Bold in all caps, several exclamation points. Then followed closely by Brandon Cisse with another 14%.
14%, which is wild to me that came out that way. Because I thought, but I trust the math, I guess. Maybe I don't. And your two here that I think it was close. I rounded up. Jake Golday was at 18%, Dominique Orange at 17%. You could flip either of those, in my opinion. I think it's a bit rich for Orange, again, at 52. I think you could trade back and still get him at like 60 or something, just because the league doesn't value nose tackles at all whatsoever as much as they used to. I mean, although they took not Devondre Sweat, but he just got traded.
Mm-hmm. He was also a 3rd round pick because he was close to 400 pounds.
Yeah, big dude. I mean, out of these guys, I know you kind of mentioned, you really think Dominique Orange is the pick?
Yeah, I think it's Orange. I think it's Orange in a trade back, or it's Everett straight up at 52.
At 52?
Because I think Everett's going to go higher than the media thinks.
Okay.
Because he has the things that NFL teams look for. And if the Packers do decide to trade back, it is Dominique Orange.
Okay. Okay. Everett or Orange. Okay. My Packers cap says it's Golday. Like, that's my bold prediction.
There's a chance he could be gone by then, too. Like, he could be gone by 52.
Possible. It is possible.
He is linebacker. Okay, you're not really counting Reese, because Reese is a hybrid. Linebacker 5, and he could be gone by 52.
The NFL doesn't value linebackers as much as they used to as well. I mean,
they don't value linebackers in the 1st round. The top of the 2nd is kind of where they go.
That is fair, because Cooper. That's where we got Cooper.
Mm-hmm.
So that is that's
actually
a fair point.
Wait. Allen will go in the 1st round after he ran a 4.5.
Yeah.
Or a 4.5 flat. So that's 3 in the 1st round. Rodriguez will go top of 2nd, and then the next team will be like, well, gotta take Golday now.
Gotta take Golday. So there could be a run. On them too. Or Rodriguez falls. Or the linebackers fall.
He won't fall.
I mean, if Golday's there, I don't think Brian Gutekunst could keep himself, and I think Gannon would be like, make the call, please. My sleeper pick is Malik Muhammad.
Your boy, you just love him.
I mean, he again, the only box he doesn't hit or miss check is the frame, is the 190. That's it.
Well, he has the frame, he just doesn't have the weight.
The weight, yeah, the weight. I mean, it's a leaner frame, but everything else he checks. Like, he has the 3-cone they like. He has the 40 they like. He has the coverage snaps they like. Played in the SEC. He's played a lot of games. He's got some accolades. He was a Senior Bowl standout. He's a Senior Bowl interview. He doesn't have an injury history either, despite his frame.
True. Oh, wow, voice crack. Oh, my God, cut that. Cut that out of the episode. Which is, it's remarkable on him that he has not had some sort of injury. I think the worry would be that, if he tackles like a 220-pound running back, then like something might happen. But I doubt that would be the case. But
go yell at your linebackers first.
Mm-hmm.
Like, go yell at your defensive tackles, your defensive ends. Get the running back, please.
Well, no, but remember how what caused the downfall of Jair's career?
True, the shoulder injury.
The shoulder injury on the swing pass to Derrick Henry that he tried to stop? Yeah. No, was it Derrick Henry? No, it wasn't. It was Najee Harris.
Najee Harris.
Why the hell did I say Derrick Henry? I look like a fool.
It was Najee.
Yeah, the swing pass to Najee Harris, and he just like popped his labrum on the tackle and then couldn't come back from it.
He got skittish from tackling, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And shout out to Jair Alexander again. Heck of a Packers corner in his prime, especially. I know he just posted about his mental health issues. I wish him all the best. And I think that was kind of the start of the end for him. Unfortunately, we just kind of shot his confidence, and we saw that in his tackling. So that is an important thing, especially for these lighter body corners, is just being able to protect yourself and such. That's a valid point. I think that getting him in the NFL weight room would help. Again, beef him up a little bit. Get him the Wheaties. Get him them cheese curds, man. Some cheese curds and custard from Culver's. That'll definitely put some pounds on him.
Oh, for sure.
So obviously, like right now, you think it's Orange. I'm gonna go with my heart over my gut here. I'm gonna say it's Malik Muhammad. That's my prediction here. Who would you want it to be?
You know my answer.
CJ Allen. No.
Very close, my friend. Very close. Yeah, no, definitely.
It's Miller time.
Christian Miller.
Dude, that'd be
in an ideal world.
Slogan.
But
that'd be a great slogan if he came to Green Bay.
It's Miller time. I unfortunately think that is trademark. That is trademarked.
Probably trademarked, but guess what? Miller Lite is in Wisconsin, and you have the Milwaukee Brewers. So I think they could work out like a branding deal, just like Zaire Franklin got with Culver's. Mm-hmm. So I think it could work. So your two guys are either basically Dominique Orange or Christian Miller.
Well, I said Orange in a trade back, Everett if they stick and pick, and there's like no corners there, and they stick and pick. But
they stick and pick. Okay.
You think it's Goldie and then someone else?
And Malik, Malik Muhammad. Like Malik Muhammad would be my go-to. But if I had a choice, you already know who I'm gonna pick.
Yeah,
it's my boy, Chris Johnson, night and day. Mm-hmm. I've been a day one Chris Johnson fan. I would love for him to be in the green and gold. I think he's gonna be a phenomenal corner in the NFL here. Man, I can't believe the draft is in a week.
I do not feel ready for it at all.
We got one more mock draft. That's it.
Yeah, one more mock draft.
One more mock draft. One more midweek mock draft. That will come out the day before the draft. That'll be your and my final prediction here. And then we'll take a break. We'll only have one episode next week. And then we'll react next Wednesday. Or I should say, was it? Yeah. A week from Wednesday to the Packers picks. And we'll get to talk about how either happy we are or depressed. One of the two. Or everything in between.
Hopefully we're very, very, very happy.
Hopefully we're very, very happy indeed. That is all, folks. Thanks for listening. Be sure to follow us on X, like and share. That is all, folks. Until next time.
To Packers fans coast to coast, thanks for going beyond the frozen tundra. We appreciate you tuning in. And as always, go Pack Go!